point. Yeah, my phone doesn't even connect to it down here. Sweet.
God,
Freaking mope.
Oh my God, they're gonna lose. I can feel it.
But that also means Rutgers gets to move on.
Why is Trey Landers only a 73, Griff?
I don't know. I didn't make this team. I don't know enough about Dayton.
Dayton's literally my favorite basketball team.
Oh yeah, are they? All right, it's 7 o'clock. Let's do this. Welcome back to anyone who is tuning in right now. Round of 32 action getting started. We just saw a good one. Not really. Wisconsin won by a lot of points over BYU. Hutch and Huber on the call there. First time, one of the few times they didn't get a good game. I'm sure that will change soon, though. But we got a good one for you. The 1 seed Dayton Flyers trying to keep their dream season alive. Obi Toppin, AP Player of the Year, taking on Geo Baker, the shot maker, and the Rutgers Scarlet Knight. Reese, should be a good one.
Definitely, Griff. Certainly some intriguing matchups, some exciting players out here to watch. The Dayton Flyers, maybe a surprise to some this season. They were just flawless throughout the entire year against a very talented Rutgers team. Maybe a little up and down throughout the season. But they've got some great players. They've had some impressive wins, and I'd say they can definitely beat just about anyone in the country when they're playing their best.
No doubt about it. And Rutgers, the dream season for them as well, making the tournament for the first time in over 3 decades. What a job Steve Peichel has done turning that program around. Like, honestly, unironically, what a freaking good job.
Rutgers has literally been the butt of every joke for in all athletics, really, for several years now.
Yeah.
Looked like they were leaning towards getting kicked out of the conference, but Peichel has definitely solidified themselves as not only a respectable team in the Big Ten, but Griff, one of the top teams.
Yeah. You think he's the guy who might leave for a bigger job? I could see him sticking around at Rutgers, honestly.
How many years has he been there?
I think this is his 7th season. He's been there for a minute.
Yeah, well, he might stick around then. I don't know.
There you see the starting 5 for both squads right there. Hopefully we got a good one coming for you this game. I need to learn how to talk.
Yeah.
Dayton in their home whites. Rutgers in their alternate black uniforms, and we are underway here in the round of 32.
Here we go, Griff. Rutgers is always starting out a little man.
Rutgers, very stingy defense for them, and that right there, Miles Johnson gets the block. McConnell back the other way.
Some smothered chicken to start the game early. Griff, as Baker pulls up, no good, and back the other way come the Flyers. This one off to a hot start already in the first couple seconds.
Here's Chapman now.
Nice pass.
Mike Give me that!
Miles Johnson, give me that. The steal block, however you want to put it. He just took the ball right out of Mike Sale's hands.
Now Miles Johnson. What a start for the big guy.
Miles Johnson, the big fella, doing it on both ends. Knights with the first points of the day.
Strong to the 10. HP, you're right. We're going to have a moment of silence here in the middle of this one to commemorate Goofy, who died of being a dumbass. Thank you. 2-2 Dayton, Rutgers. Just getting started here on the neutral site, YouTube. Round of 32 action underway. Here's Yaboa for Rutgers.
Yaboa. Sorry, had to do it. Well, that certainly won't be the last time I do it, though, depending on how good of a play he makes.
A very 2K animation reach-in foul right there. As now Miles Johnson triggers the inbounds over to McConnell in the corner. Caleb McConnell waiting, gives it up to Miles Johnson. I think that got blocked by Mike Sale, but he gets his own miss and puts it in.
Johnson has been everywhere so far in this one. The block, but staying with the play, and he's got all the points so far for the Scarlet Knights.
Now here's Crusher over to Landers. Landers gives it to Obi. Obi, AP Player of the Year, much to the chagrin of some Iowa fans. It's Chapman
do not like that guy down in Dayton, Griff, but I'd say he earned it this year. Obi Toppin was fun to watch the entire season and can score, has a multitude ways to score rather than just dunking the absolute crap out of the ball.
Yep, no doubt about it. Here's Geo Baker, the shot maker. Geo backs out, gives it up to Ron Harper Jr. Now Miles Johnson. Ken Higg gets his own miss again.
Look at Miles Johnson doing it all so far for the Scarlet Knights, and they've got a 6-2 lead over the 1-seeded Dayton Flyers. Wow.
Indeed. Sanders an open look. Landers, knocks it down. Pretty.
Nice shot there by Landers. Dayton can stretch the floor like that. All 5 options on their starting 5 can shoot it from deep, Griff, and they'll certainly be looking to do that today.
And Rutgers is so confident.
Beat that! Obi Toppin saying, Miles Johnson, you've been a little too confident, young fella.
Chapman misses down low. I was about to say, Rutgers is so confident in Miles Johnson right now, they're having him run the point. Geo Baker, nice little move in the lane.
Geo Baker has a multitude ways to score, Griff, and he is very fun to watch. I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to this game.
Now here's Crutcher. Over to Chapman. Chapman now to the top of the key, gives it up to Obi. Over in the corner to Landers. Gets a screen, Landers.
Woo!
Nice up and under.
Nice play right there, and Dayton cuts it back to 1.
1 point lead here early for Rutgers, the 9 seed. Defeated Providence Friars in the first round to get here. As Johnson puts up another shot, no good. Ball tipped to Chapman. Back the other way come the Flyers.
Landers will pass out to Crutcher. Now Landers to Mikesell. He's a good shooter as well. He'll back it back out, though.
Mikesell, 5 on the shot clock for him. They're looking for Obi. They give it to him. Obi with 2 on the shot clock. A little hook shot off the window.
That's all day long for Mr. Obi Toppin. A great low post scorer, Griff. Dayton with their first lead of the day.
8-9 Flyers here in the early going. Just 4 minutes into this one. Here's Yeboah now. Yeboah over to Geo Baker on the right wing. Gives it up to Caleb McConnell. McConnell now Yeboah. Working it on the left side. Gives it up to Ron Harper. That's a big body down low.
Very big guard TM, as I like to call it, Griff.
Yeboah misses an open look, and Crutcher brings it back the other way. Jalen Crutcher, good player in his own right, Reese. It's not Obi. This is not just a one-man team of Obi.
Jalen Crutcher is an excellent player, Griff, actually recently declaring for the draft, as we know, and he's certainly someone that's going to need to have a big game for them, too. Landers with the take, and he'll shoot it no good, but a foul on Yeboah. First free throws of the game for Dayton.
That is not Steve Peichel.
He wishes.
Whoever made this tried really, really hard, though. Did a good job with the players. A little bit harder with the coaches, I guess.
Can you change the appearance of the coach?
Yeah, you can.
Oh.
It's just like a bunch of preset heads, but yeah, you can. Trey Landers knocks down the first one for the Flyers to give them a 2-point lead. Now the second one knocks them both down. 3-point lead in the early going for the number 1 seed Dayton Flyers in the Eastern region. Winner advancing to the Sweet 16. Here's Geo Baker. Now at the top of the key. Gives it up to Yeboah. Nearly lost it. Yeboah trying to drive. Gives it up to Geo Baker. Baker in the corner. Geo Baker steps back on a long 2. And knocks it down over 2 extended hands.
That was a pretty play there by Mr. Geo Baker. Little step back, rising up and knocking it down.
Geo Baker, here's Chapman now for the Flyers, back the other way. Chapman gets into the lane. Over Johnson, but he couldn't finish.
Amongst the trees, Griff, that's a tough take.
Now Ron Harper Jr.
He's so big.
He is a huge human being to be a guard. Working his way down low. That's something we're going to have to look at today. Rutgers has a huge size advantage over Dayton at almost every position.
Dayton's not a small team.
No, they're really not. As Shaq Carter is checking in for Caleb McConnell.
Speaking of big bodies, Mr. Shaq Carter checking in now for Rutgers Griffin. He is a man down there on the block.
Stolen by Obi now. Back the other way comes Dayton. Here's Crutcher. Crutcher guarded by Baker.
Gets a screen from Obi. Driving the lane. Kicks it back out to... Obi,
you got to pull.
Take that, Mr. Obi.
Mikesell now. The pretzels. And low to Chapman with a little hook. No good. Rebounded by Ron Harper. Back the other way come the Scarlet Knights. Harper Jr. 3. In and out, no good. Rebound to Chapman.
Like that shot there from Ron Harper. Keep shooting that, young fella. Just like your pops.
In low to Obi. Obi. Oh, and one. Strong.
That Obi Toppin just too much down low for Rutgers. Great defense, better offense. Get out of my way. I'll take it plus the harm.
Obi Toppin Consensus first team All-American, AP National Player of the Year, finalist for the Wooden Award. He has done it all this year. Probably going to be a top 5 pick in the NBA draft. Completes the three-point play.
Certainly, Griffin. A very versatile man at the 4 position, and he can score in just about any way you can ask him to. Certainly one of my favorite players in college basketball this year.
Former recruit of Archie Miller.
Yep.
As Montez Mathis takes it down in low for the score. Yep, he was an Archie Miller recruit.
This sucks, man.
E.B. Watson getting his first action for the Flyers here. E.B., great name.
E.B. gets a screen from Obi, and he'll pull up and knock down the little 15-footer. That was pretty.
Ho, 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 Green Giant.
Absolutely, and a nice shot right there to give Dayton a 4-point lead.
Now, back the other way come the Scarlet Knights. We've had a good one thus far, a lot of action. Here's Johnson. Had a blazing hot start to this one with some blocks and scoring the first 6 points for Rutgers. Now, here's Joseph Young.
Oh, shoot that.
Or Jacob Young, excuse me. Younger brother of Joe Young, getting the tough 2.
Making me eat my words, Griff. Taking the drive and taking the contact and laying it up for a nice strong take. And now Rutgers cuts it back down to 2. Mike Sell getting a screen from Obi. He'll back it back out the top of the key. 6 on the shot clock. He's got to go. Mike Sell a take, and he is rejected. Taking it amongst the trees, and Rutgers saying no to that as Ron Harper bringing it back the other way. A bullet pass to Mathis, and he'll get it plus the foul. Wow, what a play. Beautifully done there by the Scarlet Knights, and they have tied this game back up. Foul on Watson. Mike Sell will now get a breather, and into the game is Matos. Matos not much of a scorer for Dayton, but he has given them some good minutes this year. As Mathis will get set to shoot his free throw. Eyes it, and it's good. Rutgers has the lead right back. Griff, this has been a fun one so far.
Yes, it has. It has lived up to the expectations. The round of 32. Stakes are a little bit higher here. We're trying to go to the Sweet 16. Keep dancing.
A lot on the line. That's no doubt about it as a missed shot there. And Rutgers is out and running again. Here's Ron Harper.
2 minutes ago here in the first quarter. It's been a fun one thus far. Ron Harper, and this is going to be an illegal screen on Miles Johnson. I think you could see that coming.
Definitely. The big body of Johnson getting in the way. A little too aggressive on that one.
Oop, there was a sub coming in. I clicked through it too quickly. I apologize. We'll see who's in. Tashima's in for Dayton.
The big guy down low. Not a lot of depth in that front court position for Dayton, but Tashima has given them some good minutes this year.
Yeah, I expect to see Obi play basically all 40 minutes, if not all of them.
Will play most of the way. As Watson fumbling with it a little bit, somehow gets it back. 5 to go on the shot clock.
That's Rutgers' calling card right there. The defense is E.B. Watson knocks down a 3.
Trifecta there from E.B. Watson. Beautifully done after the fumble initially and giving the lead right back to the Flyers.
Or as I said, Rutgers thrives on the defensive end. Mr. E.B. Watson says, I'll take that 3. Ron Harper now. 7 on the shot clock for him. Gives it up to Shaq Carter. Carter trying to drive on Obi. Picks it up. Yaboa. Jacob Young in the corner. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Crutcher. Back the other way comes the Flyers. Crutcher. Spinning. And we'll pull it out against Jacob Young. Now E.B. Watson had a clean look, decides to pass it up. Gets a screen here. E.B. driving, picks it up. Now Crutcher will line up a long one. Just in and out, no good.
In and out there. Got a nice looking shot there, though, by Crutcher. He'll be shooting that one all day, no doubt about it.
Jacob Young, younger brother of former Oregon Duck Joe Young and former Indiana Pacer Joe Young.
Former Indiana Pacer, great Joe Young, that is.
China legend, Montez Mathis, long 2. Knocks it down. Tough shot for Montez Mathis.
He's had a nice
Why
start.
is he number 9?
I'm not sure about that one, but a nice start to him. A nice start for him, no less.
Here's Toby. Obi.
Combination of Obi and Toby.
Now Crutcher, they go ISO, 1-4 low. Crutcher trying to drive, gives it up. Now Watson, over to Toppin.
Ooh. A little behind the back there, and now Matos, he's got to go with 2 on the shot clock. Gives it up to Watson. He'll let go of 3, and no good.
No good. Back the other way comes Ron Harper Jr. Gives it up to Montez Mathis. who's wearing number 9, clearly representing Jared. Noboa for 3. Off the back rim, no good, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. 10 minutes in, we got a tie game, Reese.
We have seen some great plays so far in this one. Tie ball game, and we're certain to have some good basketball. It's still March.
It's actually April.
Shut up, it's still March. Probably should have started this a little earlier, but we're here, and we have got a tie ball game here in the second quarter of this one. Dayton and Rutgers both off to pretty good starts in their own rights. Certainly be looking to push the pace more in this second quarter.
Now back the other way comes Jacob Young for the Scarlet Knights. He has it up at the top of the key. Now we'll give it over to Yaboa on the right wing. The lob! That's probably not the play you're looking for right there if you're Rutgers.
Nah, you got
Crutcher out ahead of the pack.
Woo!
He'll lay it up and in.
Dayton making Rutgers pay for that ill-advised pass, and now they've got the lead right back.
I don't think Ron Harper even looked at the ball when that lob was coming at him.
Well, yeah, Ron Harper probably isn't going to be catching too many lobs, especially with that frame of his. Big fella.
Built like a lineman, or maybe like a really slow linebacker.
A defensive end.
Here's Mathis now. He's covered by Obi Toppin. They give it up to Shaq Carter. Carter working on Watson with just 2 on the shot clock as they put up a fadeaway. That's off the mark, no good. Not the shot you're looking for if you're Rutgers. Back the other way comes Dayton. It's E.B. Watson. He's had a good start off the bench for them. Crutcher will reset. Crutcher back to E.B. He'll line up another 3.
Play.
And he knocks it down. E.B. Watson.
That was a beautiful down screen there by Mr. Obi, and he gets his teammate E.B. open for the 3 ball. 5-point lead and a timeout for Rutgers.
Steve Peichel needs to talk about it. Good start to this second quarter here for the Dayton Flyers. Leading by 5, 9 minutes to play in the first half. Caleb McConnell checking back in for Rutgers. Here's Jacob Young back the other way. Young looking for a screen maybe, gives it up to McConnell. McConnell gets a screen from Carter. McConnell gets down the lane and he'll draw a foul. Good play out of the timeout right there. To potentially stem the tide a little bit here if you're Rutgers. Stop the bleeding a bit. McConnell now eyes the free throw, and he will miss. Caleb McConnell averages 7 points per game for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Rutgers is a very balanced offensive team. I think they have a lot of guys who can beat you.
They do. They play a lot of guys, and not relying on one guy really has helped them. Despite Geo Baker stepping up for them recently, they really do go at least 8 or 9 deep, and pretty much anyone can score the ball at any time.
Now here's Matos back the other way, gives it up, and we have an illegal screen on Shimanga. Shimanga?
Shimanga. You said it. The way you said it earlier sounded right, but now I can't remember how you said it.
Well, like Oscar
Tashima.
Like Oscar Shibwe is like the TS.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Tashima. That's what you said. So
sure, why not? Here's Jacob Young. If there, by God, some Dayton fan actually watches this,
I do apologize.
Please correct us. Shaq Carter now. Rutgers trailing by 4 here, just over 8 minutes to play in the first half. Carter loses the ball, but Jacob Young comes up with it. Young gets down the lane. Kick out. Mathis for 3. Offset rims it, no good. The rebound to Matos. Back the other way comes Dayton. Matos.
Pushing the pace, nothing doing. Back out to Watson.
E.B. Watson, he's got 8 early points off the bench for the Flyers. Now, E.B. gets a screen from Obi. Loses the ball. Good play by McConnell, but now I'm screwed up. Matos, tough shot. Way off the mark, and it'll be a shot clock violation.
Good defense there by the Scarlet Knights to force Dayton to not get what they wanted to offensively. And now going back the other way, they'll have a chance to cut into this lead again.
4-point lead for the number 1 seed Dayton Flyers here in the early going over Rutgers. Rutgers defeating Providence, Dayton defeating Boston in their respective round of 64 matchups. Here's Caleb McConnell. Now Montez Mathis. Mathis, cut off by Obi. Now tries to drive again, loses the ball.
Cookies!
E.B. Watson picked his pocket. Back the other way come the Flyers. E.B. down the lane.
Kicks it to Obi.
And there's a foul on McConnell. His first.
I thought they were going to call an illegal screen, and I was like, there is no way.
Yeah, illegal screen with no screen as Geo Baker checks back in for Rutgers. 24-20. We've had a good one thus far.
Been fun, no doubt about it.
Chapman over in the corner. Looks like he's waiting for a screen.
And
that's an illegal screen on Landers.
The Dayton crowd does not like it, and I don't either, Griff.
I think if this tournament was happening in real life, it would be played in Cleveland. So this would be a very pro Dayton crowd, no doubt about it.
Not a lot of Flyers fans for sure.
Sloppy play here, Mike. So that's 3 on him already.
Trying to get himself in the scoring column, possibly on a steal and score, Griff, but too aggressive right there.
Jaboa will head to the sideline for the Scarlet Knights. Now, here we go. They inbound it to Baker. Baker in the corner. Baker waiting. Nothing doing. Now McConnell on the right wing. He gets a screen from Carter. McConnell back out with 5. Working on Mike Sell. McConnell tries to get into the paint. Lays it up. Blocked.
Beat that.
But a foul on Trey Landers with .2 on the shot clock. Tough break for the Flyers.
Absolutely. A nice block there from the Flyers, but unfortunately ends up being a foul.
Now, Shaq Carter is not a free throw shooter, ladies and gentlemen.
I do not believe so.
Oh my God, he green-lighted it. It's like when we watched that, it's like when we had the Indiana game and Joey Brunk green-lighted like 4 in a row.
Did not happen in real life too many times that I can remember.
Miles Johnson, there we go. Obi corrals the rebound, and now they'll push it back up with Trey Landers.
Nice
Open look for Crutcher. Ooh. No good. Good, clean look, though, for Crutcher.
Rare miss on an opportunity like that for Crutcher, and back the other way comes Rutgers.
Here's McConnell. McConnell over to Miles Johnson. He had a good start to this one. Spinning into the lane and drawing another foul. This one on Crutcher. So Miles Johnson doing a really good job of forcing the action here.
Recognized the mismatch and just drove straight downhill on that drive, Griff, and he'll go back to the line.
Miles Johnson, the big fella for Rutgers, making the first one. Miles Johnson usually a, where is it? 36% free throw shooter.
My God, that is Joey Brunk-esque. Those numbers right there.
Like,
not what you want to see.
Shaq shooting with his left hand-esque. Johnson goes 1 for 2 yet again. Rutgers chipping away. It's back down to a 2-point lead. Nice feed to Mike Sell. Crutcher with the peepers.
Flying down the court was Dayton on that one, and Mike Sell gets on the board and back up 4 is Dayton.
Here's Jacob Young. Now over to Shaq Carter. Rutgers playing with a bit of a bigger lineup here with Carter and Johnson at the same time. Carter bullying his way down the lane, but he can't finish. Rebound to Toppin. Back the other way with Trey Landers. Numbers for the Flyers. Landers pulls up. And he'll knock it down. Good take by Trey Landers.
And absolutely did. They're rising up and knocking down the mid-range J, a lost art in college basketball these days.
6 minutes to play here in the first half. Dayton has opened up a 6-point lead here. Here's McConnell, cut off. McConnell now waits, gives it up to Jacob Young over on the right wing. Now it's Geo Baker resetting top of the key. Carter, this is an interesting play right here. Ooh. Bailout foul right by Chapman right there. As they had Carter isolated at the top of the key. Probably what you want if you're Dayton, but they get the foul. Shaq Carter heads to the line. He is not that far behind his team. Well, 58%. That's significantly better than Johnson, but still not good. As he will bang home the first one. Good-looking shot right there. Here's Carter eyeing the second one. And he goes 1 for 2. Not very unsurprisingly.
No, Rutgers near the bottom of Division I in free throw percentage. They'll need to knock him down from the line. And this one is Chapman shoots a no good. Maybe a little ill-advised right there.
Jacob Young back the other way. He gets down 12-footer off the mark, no good. Rebound to Chapman, and now Dayton pushing it back up. Chapman gives it up to Crutcher. Now Chapman now in between the circles. 12 on the shot clock. Here's Mike Sell.
Try to find Nobi Toppin, I'd say, if you're Dayton.
Mike Sell trying to drive on Shaq Carter instead. Mike Sell gets a screen from Obi, pulls up from 15, off the back rim, no good. Rebound to Miles Johnson.
Both teams a little stagnant these last couple minutes on offense.
Geo Baker, the shot maker for 3.
Geo Baker says, enough of this drought. I'll rise up and knock down the tray ball. 2-point lead and a timeout for Dayton. Woo!
Rutgers not going away here against the number 1 seed Dayton. What a game we have had thus far. As we kick off our round of 32 action, we already saw Wisconsin take down BYU earlier. Hutch and Huber doing a great job on the call there, as always. This is the second of 4 games that we have going on tonight. Landon and Jared are on the call.
Jared coming.
UK Butler, and let me tell you, you do not want to miss that game.
Definitely not. Gonna have a special guest
Nice
commentators.
Lander. No good in the foul on Mike Sale. That's 4 on Mike Sale.
Mike Sale a little too aggressive, I'd say, on that rebound. Maybe a little acting job there by Mr. Shaq Carter.
That's a big body to throw down. I don't know how much acting was involved there. Back the other way comes Rutgers. So yeah, stick around. Coming up after this, me and Reese will come right back at you with the other team from New Jersey, and that is the Seton Hall Pirates. Miles Powell taking on Utah State. Utah State, of course, taking down Luka Garza and the Iowa Hawkeyes in the first round.
Demolishing them, in fact.
Demolishing, yes. As McConnell ties it with a floater in the lane.
Nice shove by McConnell, recognizing the seismic catch, hanging in the air, and laying it over the front of the rim. Tie game once again.
4 minutes to play here in the first half. Here's Mike Sell over the Lander. Landers gets a screen from Obi, and now he will pull it back out, try to drive now McConnell. Kick out, good find. Chapman a clean look. No good. Ball batted around, and Obi comes up with it.
What a rebound by Obi Toppin. He fought 2 Rutgers defenders as
Jacob
stolen
Young
away
picks
by
his
Young,
pocket.
getting his hands in the cookie jar, and he'll drive and lay it in with the left hand.
Jacob Young and an 8-0 run has propelled Rutgers back into the lead, 30-28. The 9 seed not going away. Here's Landers to Obi, over to Chapman in the corner. Chapman pulls up from 15, rims it no good. Obi the rebound, foul, and he'll head to the line for 2. 3 on Miles Johnson. Obi Toppin facing a pretty big size disadvantage playing down low today, but it has not affected him one bit. He knocks down the first.
Maybe a little stagnant on the offensive end, but he has still been everywhere for the Flyers, and he is a guy that certainly needs to have a big game if they want to be able to pull this one back out with all the size of Rutgers, as he knocks down the second free throw.
7 points for Obi Toppin, the AP Player of the Year, as Miles Johnson is going to bring it up for Rutgers yet again.
Love it when the big guy is showing a little
Oh, what a take! And 1.
Miles Johnson, left hand, plus the foul. Take that, Mr. Toppin.
Miles Johnson, unafraid, taking advantage of his size advantage, gets an and 1, and now he'll shoot a free throw. Can't hit, though. Obi pulls out. I think Obi's gotten half. Oof, nearly threw it away. I think Obi's gotten half his rebounds off of missed free throws.
Yeah, I think you're right. Mike still had an open look, but decided not to take it.
Well, you said 15-footers are a lost art. He wasn't going to shoot that.
Yeah, no.
Here's Chapman now. Chapman. E.B. Watson, he's looking for his third 3. No good. What a rebound by Trey Landers, though, for 2. Wow.
Very well done there by the Flyers. A very good rebounding team in the Scarlet Knights, but they are able to sniff that one out, lay it back up and in.
Shaq Carter, he's got a size advantage on Mike Sell, and he takes advantage, bodying Mike Sell right there. Here, back the other way come the Flyers, trailing by 2. It has been back and forth all game long. It has been fun. Trey Landers driving, drawing a foul on Shaq Carter, or Miles Johnson. That's his 4th.
Hard foul there by Johnson. Had to be more careful than that, and now he's got 4, sending the Flyers back to the line.
Trey Landers has been excellent in this first half for Dayton. He's got 11 already. Chance to make it 13, and he gets his 12th point right there. Subs coming in for both teams. Jacob Young checking out. Mathis Yaboa back in for the Scarlet Knights. Shaminga. I think that, yeah, Shaminga.
This actually one of the smaller lineups that Rutgers can possibly have out there. Yaboa playing the 4, he standing only about 6'6". The Englishman!
Is he really?
Yeah, he's from England.
Damn, that's pretty cool. 1 point game here as Landers splits the free throws. Rutgers leading by 1. 2 minutes to play here. Here's Shaq Carter. Over Shaminga for 2.
Beautifully done there. A nice pass by big guard TM Ron Harper Jr. And now a 3-point lead for Rutgers.
Back the other way come the Flyers. Matos up to Landers. First time Obi Toppin has seen the bench today. As we get down here towards the end of the first half, Landers couldn't hit the 3. Shaq Carter clearing a tough rebound right there. Back the other way with Geo Baker. Now Mathis. Montez Mathis between the circles. Gets a screen here from Yeboah. 8 on the shot clock. Yeboah now, top of the key. 5 on the shot clock. Got to make a move here if you're Rutgers. Montez Mathis drives on Mikeself, pulls up from 15, and he knocks it down. How about Montez Mathis?
He has been impressive thus far, rising up and knocking it down in the face of Mr. Mikesell.
And all of a sudden, Rutgers with a 5-point lead here, just over a minute to play. Evie Watson now.
Got to find a way to get some buckets on offense if you're Dayton, and maybe that's the way to do it, is yet another foul, and they'll go back to the free throw line.
Evie Watson as the first one, knocks it down, leads cut back down to 4.
Dayton will still find a way to get points, Griff. It's why they're in the top categories of just about every offensive stat. An excellent team on that end of the floor.
Watson splits the free throws, however, and the lead will stay at 2 possessions. Back the other way, Geo Baker, now Montez Mathis on the right wing. Mathis here, gives it up to Ron Harper. Harper gets into the lane.
Putting his head down on that one. Passes to Carter, no
Looked
good.
Like he got hacked, but he couldn't finish. Carter stripped away by Shaminga. Matos back the other way for the Flyers. Here's Mikesell, long 2. Bad shot right there.
Not a good shot there for the Flyers.
And now Rutgers a chance to go 2 for 1 here, up by 4. Ron Harper, now Geo Baker. Baker dancing around, gives it up to Yeboah. 10 on the shot clock for the Scarlet Knights. Yeboah. Looks like he's going to try to take Watson one-on-one. 4 on the shot clock. Yeboah's got to hurry, forced to pick it up.
Defense.
Jack Carter, that's not the shot you're looking for. Way off the mark.
Putting a crack in the backboard, I believe, on that shot, Griff. Great defense by Watson, though.
Yeah, really good defensive effort right there for Dayton. They needed it. Now let's see if they can get a bucket. They're going to have a full shot clock, basically, to work with.
Can hold for the last shot if they choose to.
Landers now between the circles. How about the performance from Rutgers so far? Taking it right at the number 1 seed Dayton Flyers, unafraid. Now 8.
Stifling on defense, Griff.
6 on the game clock here. Landers gives it up to Matos. Matos working on Geo Baker, puts it up, no good. And Rutgers will take a 4-point lead into the half. The 9 seed trying to keep on moving to the Sweet 16.
Grinding it out, were they in that second quarter? Rutgers able to frustrate Dayton on the offensive end. Make him pay on defense when they have the opportunities, and they've got a 4-point lead.
Good stuff so far from Steve Peichel's crew. First tournament appearance for the Scarlet Knights since 1991, and they do not want it to end in the round of 32. They want to play it the second weekend.
Definitely, as we see the numbers right there. Dayton is actually first in the country in field goal percentage, the very best. They usually shoot about 52% for the game, only shooting 36 thus far.
That's right. Rutgers, known for their stifling defense. That has been a staple of the Scarlet Knights ever since Steve Peichel set foot on campus, and they're showing it here today. Let's see. When is the last time Rutgers made the Sweet 16? 1979. My God. That is what?
Goes without saying, anyone watching this was definitely not born before then. So
that is 41 years since Rutgers has made the Sweet 16, trying to pull off the massive upset as Shaq Carter can't finish. Obi Toppin clears it. Back the other way comes Mikesell for the Flyers. Here's Mikesell.
Nice.
The cutting Landers for the flush.
Getting out and running to open the half. What you like to see if you're a Flyer fan? 2-point lead for Rutgers.
Ruff's not the start Rutgers was looking for here. Get a miss and then give up a quick bucket back the other way. Here's Ron Harper. Harper looking. Now he's cut off by Obi. Keeps his dribble. Now forced to pick it up. Good defense so far in this possession. McConnell now gets a screen. McConnell with 3 on the shot clock. He's going to have to put up a tough one. And that was way off the mark. Another shot clock violation for Rutgers.
Dayton looking more locked in on the defensive end the first 2 possessions of this one, Griff. And a quick sub here for Rutgers.
Miles Johnson checking back in. Had 10 points and 9 rebounds in that first half. Has 4 fouls, though, so that might explain why he didn't start this half.
A bold move, though, by Coach Peichel to put him in already just a couple seconds into this one.
Didn't like what he saw, I guess. Now here's Chapman. Obi. Over to Trey Landers. Landers had 12 first half points. Now he'll drive on Johnson. That's 5 on Johnson. So the gamble does not pay off for Steve Peichel as Miles Johnson picks up his 5th.
Not at all. Miles Johnson, someone you want to have in towards the latter part of this game, Griffin. Now he's going to have to be extra careful going the rest of the way.
You got to stay straight up, big fella. Verticality.
And as we have stated before, this is 2K, and we are unable to change the foul rules. So 6 fouls will be the foul-out rule as Johnson will check right back out. And yes, it is Shaq Carter checking right back in.
Johnson was in for about 6 seconds of game clock here as Landers, after missing the first, misses both. Woo! Got to knock down your free throws, young fella. Here's Ron Harper using that big body, but he couldn't finish. Crutcher, a tough rebound. Back the other way comes Dayton. Second half just starting. A bullet to Mike Sell, but he'll pull it out.
Nothing doing, but what a pass that was. Threading the needle, Mr. Crutcher.
Crutcher now pulls up from 3. Off it, mark, no good. Ron Harper, nice rebound right there. Back the other way comes Rutgers. Harper to McConnell. Back to Harper. They'll reset. Here's Yeboah. Yeboah being covered by Obi Toppin. 9 on the shot clock. Yeboah trying to take Obi one-on-one. 5 on the shot clock. Gives it up to Harper. Harper crossing over. Loses it! Chapman picked his pocket.
Got his hands in the jar that time, Griff. Nicely done by Chapman.
Now here's Chapman. Drives down to the corner. Now pull it out. Mike Sell now. 10 on the shot clock for the Flyers. Mike Sell over to Crutcher. Crutcher trying to drive on Geo Baker. Back to Mike Sell. Now Chapman in the corner. Has to hoist one. Way off the mark. No good. Yeboah clears the rebound for Rutgers. Back the other way is Ron Harper. Slow start offensively this half. Here's Harper. Drawing the foul, and he will shoot 2. Ron Harper Jr., 6'4", 240, I think?
At the least, Griff. He is a big guy out there at the guard position. Not much like his dad, but both great players, no doubt about it.
No doubt about that. As Harper goes 1 for 2 at the line, lead up to 3 for Rutgers. Dayton, the number 1 seed in the East region, Rutgers, the 9 seed. Both teams trying to advance to the Sweet 16 here as we continue our 2K March Madness simulation. We are in the round of 32. Now here's Chapman. Chapman.
Look inside. Yeah, Toppin on the mismatch.
Lander in the corner now. He forces up a tough one. No good. Rebounded by Ron Harper. Nearly lost it, but gets it back. Back the other way come the Scarlet Knights. Geo Baker for 3. Rimmed it no good. Yeboah with a rebound.
Woohoo!
Lays it in, and Rutgers now leads by 5.
The Englishman with a little English on that putback, Griff.
Here's Jalen Crutcher back the other way for the Flyers. Over to Chapman. Chapman, now Obi. Tried to force it in. Smikesell came up with it somehow, and he misses.
Tell you what, Griff, this size of Rutgers is really frustrating Dayton on offense. They just cannot get where they want to.
Rutgers has size at almost all 5 positions, really.
Nearly
it has really bothered Dayton so far. Don't see that kind of size in the A10, Reese.
Definitely not, and they are having a hard time figuring it out thus far.
Geo Baker now to McConnell. McConnell with 2. McConnell has to put up a 3. Off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Chapman. Dayton has numbers. Landers a 3. Rims it no good.
Ill-advised right there for Landers. You got to drive that one, young fella.
Now Ron Harper back the other way, and Rutgers will slow things down a little bit. Geo Baker over to Yeboah. Yeboah.
Had Baker in the back door, but he finds him anyway and draws the foul, but couldn't get it to go.
3 on Landers now, and Rutgers a chance to extend their lead a little bit more with Geo Baker heading to the line. Baker, team's leading scorer, I think.
He is not actually.
He is not. Is it Yeboah?
It is Ron Harper is their leading scorer, averaging about 12 a game. Geo Baker at about 11.
I'm shocked that any player on Rutgers ever.
Well, those are the only 2.
There's Geo Baker. He did miss that first one. Eyes the second one. Hits that one. Splitting the free throws is Baker. And the lead is up to 6 for Rutgers, their largest of the day.
Gotta find a way to get Toppin involved. Has not done much thus far since the first quarter. Landers looking for a screen from Toppin, gets it. Now go inside. He's got the mismatch, Landers. What are you doing? He'll take it and shoot it. No good. Wow, frustrating for if you're a Dayton fan, no doubt about it.
Jacob Young back the other way for Rutgers, trying to extend their lead here. They lead by 6, just 5 minutes into the second half. Geo Baker gives it up to Yeboah for 3. Bang! Timeout Dayton! And all of a sudden, the 9 seed leads by 9. Rutgers. What a start to this half for the Scarlet Knights.
Oh, no doubt. Yeboah rising up and knocking down that tray ball as they continue to stifle Dayton's offense. And now, in that time, able to get a shot to go on their own end. They've got their biggest lead of the game.
Dayton needs a good set out of this timeout here. Trailing by 9. Just under 5 minutes played here in the first half. Now Crutcher trying to drive on Jacob Young. Crutcher loses his dribble, gets it back to Chapman. And we have a foul on Geo Baker. He reached in on Chapman. Got it caught with his hand in the cookie jar as Montez Mathis set the check back in. Baker to the bench. Steve Peichel did not like that ill-advised foul, I suppose. Now Trey Landers driving on McConnell. Landers picked from behind by Mathis.
Mathis coming in from
Jacob
behind.
Young ahead of the pack. Good defense, though, by the Flyers. But Young will draw the foul anyway. 5 on Mike Sell.
Mike Sell has not had a good day for the Flyers, and now he's got his 5th foul as well. And he'll have and Dayton will surely have to consider bringing him out of this one.
No doubt about that. Jacob Young heads to the line with a chance to give Rutgers a double-digit lead over the Dayton Flyers. Here's Young, eyeing the first one. Knocks it down. 10-point lead for Rutgers. Wow. Jacob Young with a very nice free throw routine. Younger brother of Joe Young splits the free throws. That has been the story of the day for Rutgers. Mike Sell, now Landers. Landers pulls up for 3. And he knocks it down. Big shot right there by Trey Landers.
Trey Landers saying, "Give me the ball. I'll put it into this drought." Rising up and knocking down the tray ball. And now the lead cut down to 7.
Big shot right there. Now Montez Mathis back the other way for Rutgers. Mathis drives down inside. Got his pocket picked. Loose ball, and it'll stay with Rutgers. Good defense by Chapman, though.
Gotta love that if you're Dayton. Getting his hand in the cookie jar, not able to get it.
And look who is checking in for Rutgers. That is Miles Johnson yet again. He is playing with 5. Still 14 and a half minutes to go in this one.
I suppose when you're as deep in the front court as Rutgers is, you can afford to gamble like that.
Jacob Young now from the corner. Young driving.
Nearly stolen away, and he shoots it no
finish.
good.
Crutcher clears the rebound. Dayton back the other way. Landers. Mike Sell for 2.
Woo! Getting out and running were the Flyers on that one, and finally some offense clicking, it seems a little bit. And now, don't look now, but the lead has been cut to 5.
Big back-to-back baskets for Dayton out of the timeout. They needed that. Got down by 10. Now Yeboah trying to take Mike Sell one-on-one. Mike Sell also playing with 5, so he's got to be careful. Yeboah recognizing that,
Good
but
defense,
has to give it up.
Good defense right there. Staying solid was Mike Sell.
McConnell puts one up over Mike Sell. Rims it no good. Back the other way comes Dayton.
Have numbers if they hurry, Griff.
Chapman! No one stopping him! Lays it up and one!
Look at Chapman getting out in front of everyone, plus the harm.
Woo!
Beautifully done there, and now it is a one-possession game.
Mike Sell and I think Landers, yes, checking to the bench. Matos and Shaminga back in for the Flyers.
Big lineup in for Dayton right now.
Chapman will complete the three-point play, and in the blink of an eye, Dayton has the lead back down to 2.
And that's how they can do it, Griff. So many weapons on offense, they can score in spurts without even blinking an eye.
Montez Mathis now trying to stem the tide here for Rutgers. Over to McConnell. McConnell now back to Mathis at the top of the key. Mathis being guarded by Matos. Now he gets Obi switched onto him. Mathis tries to drive inside. Blocked by Obi Toppin.
Get that garbage out of here, Mr. Mathis. Obi Toppin hasn't done much on offense. He's taken over on the defensive end, however, and beautifully done right there, sending that shot back.
And Crutcher just got a quick breather as he checks back in. Mike Sell as well. Here's Miles Johnson now triggering the inbound. Just 2.5 seconds on the shot clock for Rutgers to shoot.
Pass.
McConnell, nice little set right there for the Scarlet Knights.
Beautifully done there to stop the bleeding for Rutgers to extend their lead back up to 4.
Now Mike Sell back the other way. 13 minutes to go in this one. The number 1 seed Dayton Flyers trailing Rutgers the 9 seed. Chance to play in the Sweet 16 on the line. Here's Crutcher. Crutcher with 8. Gives it over to E.B. Watson. Watson hit a pair of threes in that first half.
Feed the post.
Looking for Obi. Nothing there, though. Watson. Woohoo! A nifty little move. The fancy footwork. Gets the 2.
Nice take there by E.B., and it's back down to 2.
2-point lead for Rutgers. Now here's Caleb McConnell. Drives on Mike Sell. Kick out. Throws it away. Uh-oh. And a little bit of nerves perhaps showing from the Scarlet Knights here.
No doubt about it. The Jameis Winston pass, as I like to call it, right there. And now Dayton will get the ball back. Chance to tie or take the lead.
It was a good drive right there by McConnell. He had Yeboah open on the wing. He just missed him. Now E.B. Watson back the other way. Chance to tie or take the lead for Dayton. E.B. driving. E.B. gets down the lane, lays it up. Couldn't finish. Miles Johnson clears the rebound. Back the other way comes McConnell. Caleb McConnell. Now he's cut off. They'll reset their offense. Gets a screen from Yeboah. Gets down the lane.
Good defense right there by the Flyers, harassing the drive.
5 on the shot clock for Jacob Young. He's got to hurry. Young gets downhill. Young. Tough shot. Shaminga clears the rebound. Back the other way comes Dayton. Here comes E.B. Watson. Missing Obi down low, it looks like.
They have not been able to find him today, Griff.
And E.B. drawing the foul, and that's on the shot. He'll head to the line with a chance to tie it again. E.B. Watson. He eyes the first one and knocks it down. Back to a 1-point game. Mike Sell to check out. Matos back in for the Flyers. And a special guest appearance from Macy right there. Watson hits them both, and we have a tie ball game yet again. Timeout, Rutgers.
Quick timeout there. Rutgers perhaps wanting to get back into some offensive rhythm, maybe drawing up a set right here, Griff. But Dayton finally getting it going. And as we see, the St. Anthony Bears, they are out here and they are giving these fans a show. Certainly going to build into this hyped atmosphere, Griff.
Oh, no doubt about it. If it wasn't electric before, you better believe when the St. Anthony Bears step on the court, it becomes an entirely different atmosphere. Now, here's Jacob Young back the other way for Rutgers. Just under 12 minutes to play in this one. It has been a fantastic game thus far. Mathis driving. Cut off by E.B. Watson.
Good
He'll
defense.
pick it up. Mathis now. Over to Yeboah. Yeboah. 7 on the shot clock for Rutgers. It's trying to looks like they're running the set for McConnell. McConnell gets a clean look from 3. Off the mark, no good. Miles Johnson cleaning up the offensive glass.
Nice job by Miles
But
Johnson.
stolen by Obi.
Obi with eyes in the back of his head on that pass. And now a chance to take the lead for Dayton.
12-2 run for the Flyers here has tied this game back up. Here's E.B. Watson. Watson driving down and low. Tough shot right there, trying to get it over the monster Miles Johnson. That's 3 blocks for Johnson. Here's Montez Mathis now. Mathis to the top of the key. Driving down and low. Stolen away by Obi Toppin. He has been a menace on the defensive end. Watson. Matos. No, McConnell on his back.
Interesting
Defense right there. Crutcher shot faking. Crutcher gets a screen for 3. Oh, just missed it. No good. Miles Johnson the rebound. What a game it has been so far. Here's Jacob Young. Over to McConnell. About, 17 seconds, 18 seconds separating the shot and game clock. This is going to be the last possession for Rutgers as it's Mathis for 3. In and out, no good. Obi the rebound.
Another rebound for Toppin, and he's been a menace down there.
E.B. Watson, the quick take, and he'll head to the line for 2 more.
E.B. Watson has been aggressive in this one, and he has been fun to watch. He'll go back to the line. Dayton, a chance to get their first lead since, long time. Well, back in early in the second quarter, I believe.
Watson.
Which they will.
Hits the first.
The
Gio
Dayton
Baker
Flyers.
And Ron Harper has checked back in for Rutgers. Watson eyes the second one. He's got 15. Misses that one, though. Yeboah clears the rebound. Rutgers a chance to take the lead into the 4th here. 10 on the shot clock. Harper drives all the way down the lane and draws the foul. No one wants to take the last shot here, Reese, but it's worked out for both teams.
Definitely. Both teams finding a way to get to the line in the absence of their offenses. And now Rutgers has tied it back up.
Ron Harper Jr. eyeing the second one. Knocks it down, and Rutgers reclaims the lead. 10 minutes to play in this one. It has been fun so far. 6 for E.B. Watson in this quarter. E.B. gets a screen. Has to force one up from the logo and way off the mark. Rutgers, the 9 seed, taking a 1-point lead into the final 10-minute frame.
This has been an absolute slugfest, but it's been fun. Rutgers, their first tournament appearance in many years. Dayton trying to not go home early as the 1 seed. Don't go away. We've got a fourth quarter coming up for you.
Come on, assist of the game. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was
We'll
alright.
take it.
Not bad.
10 minutes to play here in this one. Dayton and Rutgers trying to advance to the Sweet 16. Rutgers for the first time since 1979. Dayton, since 2014 when they made that run to the Elite Eight. Here's Crutcher. No good. Good look for him, though. Geo Baker back the other way for the Scarlet Knights. Geo Baker. This is usually when he takes over, Reese.
Likes the final minutes and likes the crunch. He likes the spotlight, no doubt about it. Mr. Baker will certainly be looking to shoot the ball down the stretch for them.
Now 5 on the shot clock for Rutgers. Jacob Young looking for a screen from Baker. He gets it. Young pulls up for 3. And he'll knock it down! How about Jacob Young right there?
Nice job. Nice screen there at the end of the shot clock. Rising up and knocking down the tray ball.
Now back the other way comes E.B. Watson for the Flyers. E.B. gives it up to Crutcher. Crutcher trying to drive, loses the ball, gets it back, puts up a floater, and he got it. Jalen Crutcher.
Beautifully done there to stay with the play and get off a clean shot to knock down the little runner.
Now Miles Johnson being guarded by Shaminga. Miles Johnson trying to body his way down low. Couldn't finish. Good defense by Shaminga to stay straight up. Back the other way comes Trey Landers. Landers! Toby!
There he is!
Hello, Mr. Toppin!
A high flyer from the Flyers!
Woo! Obi Toppin dropped out of the rafters to get that one. Now tie game again, stolen by E.B. Watson. Here comes Dayton on the run.
Look for Toppin down low. There he is!
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
Showtime! Obi Toppin has had enough of this scoring drought of his own. He is starting to solidify himself as the top player on the court in his own right. And now Dayton has the lead back.
8 minutes to play in this one. Down the stretch we go. Harassing Baker at the top of the key. Now here's Yeboah. Yeboah guarded by Obi. Trying to drive the Englishman.
Good defense
Cut off
from
by
Toppin.
Toppin. Here's Ron Harper in the lane. Harper. Baker. Way off the mark, no good. Rebound to Trey Landers. Back the other way comes Dayton.
That was a great box out by Landers. Wow.
It really was. But a steal right back. It's Ron Harper ahead of the pack.
Oh, he's not fast enough, but he lays it up with the left hand with bodies all around him, and they tie it right back.
And Obi wants it himself. Being guarded by Yeboah, but they will call Anthony Grant will call a timeout here. Tied at 55.
Woo!
Woo! Indeed.
That was beautifully done there on those plays by Obi Toppin, and a nice steal there for Ron Harper Jr. to silence the momentum a little bit.
Tie ball game, 7.5 minutes ago. This is what March is all about. This is what we were hoping we would bring you with this sim.
Here is Toppin taking it at the top of the key, handing it off to Mike Sell. And it's stolen away by Yeboah. Nicely done. Yeboah slows down a bit, and now...
Good transition defense by Dayton. Yeboah now.
A lot of dribbling, but back out to Harper. 10 to go on the shot clock.
Miles Johnson now. Backing way off his Landers. That's probably wise. Yeboah now working on the smaller Crutcher. Yeboah. Little fadeaway right here. Woo! Tough shot for Yeboah.
That was a tough shot indeed. A little one-legged Dirk Nowitzki-esque. Nicely done there by Mr. Yeboah. And now the lead back to the Scarlet Knights.
Rutgers now back in the lead. Trey Landers here. Getting a screen from Toppin. Landers gets into the lane. Kick out Crutcher 3. Knocks it down. How about Jalen Crutcher on that one?
With the ice logo, Griff. Ice in his veins.
That's what
Beautiful
that
shot.
for. Yeboah being guarded by Mike Sell. Mike Sell playing with 5 fouls, as is Miles Johnson for the Scarlet Knights.
Done a good job of playing safer since checking back in, Griff.
Dayton, the 1 seed, leading by 1 here over the 9 seed Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Now over to Yeboah, top of the key. Miles Johnson, this is not who they want with the ball.
And it's stolen by Obi again.
Here's Chapman. Chapman driving. And couldn't finish, but what a rebound by Crutcher!
Beautifully done, the little guy! And here's Toppin taking the top of the key.
Obi's got takeover mode activated.
Shoot!
Shoot it, Obi. Okay.
What?
4 on the shot clock. Trey Landers trying to get downhill.
Oh my
Couldn't
God.
finish. And a shot clock violation. Good defensive stand by Rutgers. Here come back the other way. Come the Scarlet Knights. Miles Johnson going to bring it up. Johnson.
Stolen again by Obi!
Obi just, that looked like taking candy from a baby. Here's Crutcher for 2.
Woo!
Excellently ran. Fast break right there by Dayton, and the lead is extended out to 3. 5.5 to play in this one.
Obi Toppin has been absolutely unstoppable on the defensive end. He has had in his hand in the cookie jar all day, Griff.
Harper, and that's it for Mike Sell. He's fouled out.
Mike Sell, not a great job of walling up right there, and he is done. He'll be heading to the sideline. He'll have to rely on his teammates for the rest of this one.
It looks like it'll be Shaminga being the one who checks in for Dayton, and he will more than likely finish this one out, I'd say. Ron Harper knocks down the first to get the lead back down to 2. Eyes the second one. Knocks them both down. 60 to 59. 5:24 to play. This is March, or April, I suppose. Here's Crutcher now for Dayton. In between the circles, gives it up to Chapman. Chapman, not really looking for Obi as he's got that size mismatch down low. Here's Chapman, working on, I believe that's Shaq Carter it is. Chapman behind the back. Tough shot, drawing the foul on Carter, and he'll head to the line.
Bail out there by Shaq Carter. Just wall up, big guy.
Rodney Chapman. Rodney!
Right, a great player
on the
for
first.
Dayton. So he knocks that one down.
Caleb McConnell back in for the Scarlet Knights, getting Shaq Carter a breather. I would imagine we have not seen the last of Shaq Carter. I don't think Miles Johnson can go the rest of the way without fouling.
Probably not. Be hard. It would certainly be a miracle if he went the rest of this one without a foul, Griff. But we will see. He's played smart. He's played much smarter thus far.
Miles Johnson now. Setting up the offense for Rutgers, trying to back down Obi at first, nothing doing. Johnson gives it up to Yeboah. Yeboah's been great this game. Driving on Landers. Yeboah gets past him, puts it up, drawing the foul on Toppin, and he'll head to the line.
Toppin sending that shot back on the top of the head, but a foul called. Rutgers going to the line.
What a game we have had between the 9 seed
And the 1 seed.
and the 1 seed. Yeboah knocking down the first one. Some more subs here for Dayton. This is a new player, I think. Interesting.
Wait, what?
Bold play right here by Anthony Grant, bringing in Johnson for the first time today.
Johnson.
Maybe Shaminga just needed a breather. Back the other way comes Crutcher. Under 5 minutes to play, 1-point game. Toppin.
Oh.
Now Landers. Reese, you have anything on who this
Chase
guy is?
Johnson, the Florida transfer. He has appeared in only 8 games this year, dealing with most of it of an injury, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Crutcher now. Steps back.
Sticks
Woo!
it. Can't give Crutcher that space right there. He'll knock that down all day long. Back to 3 for Dayton.
11 points for Crutcher. Here's Geo Baker back the other way. Let's see if he gets something going. McConnell in the corner. He'll line up a 3. No good. Shook him off with that jab step, but couldn't knock down the open look.
Nice rebound by Crutcher.
Crutcher
Look
down
at
the
this.
lane.
Ah.
Good take. Tapped out to Yeboah. Here, back the other way comes Geo Baker. Baker now. Gives it up to Yeboah. Yeboah. Trying to drive. Backs it out. Guarded by Johnson. 10 on the shot clock for the Scarlet Knights. Yeboah now. What are they doing? They got to move. Geo Baker. Driving. Baker. Good help by Obi Toppin, and he clears the rebound. Back the other way comes Rodney Chapman. Chapman, woo, somehow got that to Crutcher.
Bullet pass right there. Lucky to stay in the hands as Crutcher lines it up. No good.
Miles Johnson, another rebound. Geo Baker back the other way for the Scarlet Knights. 3-point game, just under 3.5 to play in this one. It has been a fantastic basketball game. Geo Baker over to Miles Johnson. Johnson has a mismatch, drives, lays it up with the left. Tough finish.
Tough.
Right through Trey Landers. He's got 12. Crutcher now, being guarded by Geo Baker. Crutcher to Chapman. Chapman now guarded by Ron Harper. Gets a screen from Toppin. Chapman down the lane. Lays it up, drawing the foul, and he'll head to the line for 2 more. Foul on Yeboah, his second. Just under 3 to play in this one. Dayton clinging to a 1-point lead here over the 9-seed Rutgers Scarlet Knights in the round of 32. Chapman knocks down the first.
It appears Johnson will be going back out as, well, actually, who is this?
Another new face checking in, I think, for, this is Sissoko checking in.
What?
Shaminga just must be gassed.
I guess he must be unavailable for the rest of this one. Sissoko has not played much for the Flyers this year, as it's no good here.
A real test of the depth here, Reese. Geo Baker back the other way. Chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. Baker steps back to long 2. Rims it no good.
Sissoko the rebound.
That's the kind of shot you want Geo Baker taking in this situation. That's the kind of shot he wants to take.
Uh-oh!
Sissoko!
Look at that, checking in and throwing it down immediately. Beautifully done there by Sissoko.
Coming in ice cold off the bench. But getting a big-time bucket. The lead is up to 4. 2 minutes to play. Miles Johnson, foul on Toppin.
A good foul there by Toppin. Miles Johnson, not a great free throw shooter, and he'll go to the line trying to cut into this Dayton lead.
If you're Rutgers, you just want Johnson to get 1 to make it a 1-possession game. And
Which he will.
Green light it. Clutch free throw from Miles Johnson.
Some onions, Griff.
Sub. Sissoko comes back out.
And it is.
And Mato's in.
All right, well.
Finally a rotation player. Anthony Grant really shuffling his cards. Didn't really like what he saw out of Sissoko or Johnson, so he just goes back to Mato. Says Miles Johnson knocking them both down.
Major
Wow.
onions right there. Nicely done by Johnson. 2-point lead with 2 minutes to go. Buckle up, folks. Crutcher.
We got a good one.
Nice pass.
And Obi will head to the line, and Miles Johnson has fouled out.
There it is.
Huge development right here for Rutgers. Miles Johnson leading them in scoring. He's probably got 12 or 13 rebounds tonight.
He has been awesome today, no doubt about it, but unfortunately, his night is over, and now Shaq Carter will have to check in, and they'll just have to hope for the best.
Obi Toppin, AP Player of the Year, heads to the line. Missing the first one, though. Just over 2 minutes to play in this one. Spotting the Sweet 16 on the line. Toppin misses them both. Lead remains at 2. Back the other way comes Geo Baker. Baker now, covered by Crutcher. Baker, over to Yeboah. Now McConnell lines up a 3. In and out, no good.
That one looked like it went down, but it swirls out. Tough break there for Rutgers.
Really tough.
Stolen right back, though. Yeboah the other way.
Yeboah, McConnell, and 1! And Rutgers a chance to take the lead. Oh my! What a turn of events for Rutgers as Caleb McConnell. This free throw to give him a 1-point lead with under 2 minutes to play. Shaminga's back in, missing. Topping the rebound.
Some
jitters. Here's Crutcher now, working on Baker. Kicks out to Trey Landers. They'll reset. 90 seconds to play in this one. Here's Trey Landers. Gets a screen, splits the defenders. Landers.
Nice pass to Chapman, but couldn't catch it cleanly.
Yeah,
5 to go.
Chapman.
Gotta go.
Gotta put one up.
Chapman knocks it down for 3. Wow!
And he buries it. 1:20 to go. What a shot by Chapman.
Rodney!
Here's
what
Yeboah.
a shot.
Trailing by 3. You don't have to get a 3 here for Rutgers. 1 minute, 7 seconds left. Here's Geo Baker. This is where he shines, folks. Geo Baker drawing the foul. Good take.
Shaminga with a little punch, perhaps, right there.
Well, Reese, if you're going to foul, you better make sure they don't make the shot. Geo Baker, the shot maker.
That is not
Peter
big free Kiss
throws.
is not about to check in for Rutgers.
Is it Peter Kiss or is it that other dude? No, it's I like this dude.
Who's this?
It's that freshman. No, it's not. I don't know who this is.
Nathan.
I think they're putting him into foul, maybe. Perhaps. I think Shaq Carter might be in foul trouble.
I don't know. Questionable move there for Steve Peichel. And now
Both these coaches pulling out all the stops. It's Geo Baker. Big free throw here. Couldn't finish. Geo Baker. Will that come back to bite him? You get a stop here, doesn't really matter.
chance to make this a 2-possession game for Dayton.
Here's Lander. They'll reset. 10 on the shot clock for the Flyers. Big possession for both sides. Crutcher in the corner. Crutcher driving. Crutcher the fadeaway. Knocks it down!
Woo! Jalen Crutcher has been the man all day, rising up and knocking it down. Settle down, fellas. I'll show us the way. 4-point lead for Dayton, and the St. Anthony Bears are back out. If you don't like this one, folks, then I just don't know what to tell you. All the stops being pulled out. We have had a great one.
And Obi Toppin, the Jordan player of the game, we have not seen the offensive impact.
4 shots.
Just 4 shots for him, but he has gotten boards. He has blocked shots. He has gotten steals. He has done everything for Dayton here today. Big possession for Rutgers.
Nice play.
Baker missed the layup.
Tough break there. Geo Baker wishes he could have that one back.
No doubt about that as the Scarlet Knights foul here. Trailing by 4 with 35 seconds remaining.
Now, do you have to foul here if you're Rutgers? Crutcher 3!
Oh! That's one of those shots where if you make it, you praise them, but he missed it.
Would have been the nail in the coffin. Rutgers has to hurry here. They're down 4. They got to get something going. Here's Ron Harper. Harper, what is he doing? He's got to go.
Harper dancing with him a little bit. 12 seconds ago in this game. It's a 2-possession game, fellas. You got to go. Yaboa. Harper got it off.
No good. 5 seconds to go, and Landers.
Dayton's going to dribble the clock out and survive. What an ending to this one.
Some 2K cheese perhaps at the end of this one, Griff, but nonetheless, what a game that we had. Dayton survives the scare from the Scarlet Knights.
What an effort from both of these squads here. Dayton, though, making the big shots down the stretch. A big missed free throw and a big missed layup by Geo Baker, ultimately putting the nail in the coffin. As I believe we will go to... who are we going to make our Zaxby's player of the game here, Reese?
Well, that's a tough one, actually. Crutcher had some good...
I think it's got to be Obi.
Obi Toppin. He was everywhere, as we said, folks. Dayton just not looking for him on the offensive end, unfortunately. But an all-around great game. As we take a look at the stats for Rutgers, Miles Johnson, boy, he had a great game. So unfortunate that he fouled out. 14, 15, and 4 blocks. He was an absolute machine. And Geo Baker, struggling from the offensive end, certainly needed him to step up, but just couldn't get the shots to fall. And I believe that will do it, folks. We will be coming to you later in a few minutes. Where we will see the Seton Hall Pirates, or Miles Powell, taking on Utah State, the Aggies. Well, that's going to do it, folks. We will see you later for that game. Thanks for watching.
Go back. Yeah. No, hit okay again.